If you are over 50, what you eat for breakfast matters more than ever. It is not just about filling your stomach. It is about protecting your heart, your brain, and your energy for the day. But many of us are starting the day with foods that silently hurt our health. Today, I will walk you through 10 common breakfast foods that might seem harmless, even healthy, but could be doing more damage than you think. Let's make small changes that lead to a stronger, brighter you, starting this very morning. 1. Sugary cereals. Let's start with a breakfast item that many of us grew up loving: sugary cereals. The bright boxes, the sweet flavors, the quick convenience. It feels comforting, almost nostalgic. But here's the truth. Most cereals you see on store shelves, especially the ones labeled as fun or for kids, are packed with added sugars and offer little to no real nutrition. When you pour a bowl of sugary cereal in the morning, what you are really doing is giving your body a spike of sugar first thing in the day. This causes your blood sugar to rise quickly, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling tired, foggy, and hungry again within an hour or two. Over time, this repeated cycle puts strain on your metabolism, increases your risk of type 2 diabetes, and makes it harder to maintain a healthy weight. If you are over 50, your body processes sugar more slowly. Your insulin sensitivity tends to decline, and your system becomes more vulnerable to inflammation and disease. Starting your morning with sugar only adds fuel to that fire. Now you might say, but the box says whole grain, or it has added vitamins. Unfortunately, those labels are often misleading. Even cereals labeled as heart healthy or low fat can still contain 10 to 15 grams of added sugar per serving. And let's be honest, most of us eat more than one serving without realizing it. What is a better choice? If you enjoy something quick and easy in the morning, try switching to plain oatmeal. Not the instant kind with flavor packets, but real rolled oats. Add your own touch with fresh fruit, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a handful of walnuts. This gives you fiber, natural sweetness, and energy that lasts. Remember, breakfast is not just a meal. It is an investment in how your whole day will go. 2. White toast with jam. It is a simple, classic breakfast. A couple of slices of white toast, warm and crispy, topped with sweet jam. It feels light, comforting, and fast. Perfect with your morning coffee. But this seemingly harmless meal is actually one of the worst ways to start your day, especially if you are over 50. Here is why. White bread is made from refined flour. That means most of the fiber, vitamins, and minerals have been stripped away during processing. What you are left with is mostly starch, which your body quickly breaks down into sugar. Pair that with jam, which is essentially concentrated sugar, and you have a double spike of glucose hitting your bloodstream within minutes. Why is that a problem? At our age, our bodies do not regulate blood sugar the way they used to. Eating simple carbohydrates like white bread and sugary spreads can lead to sudden rises and falls in blood sugar, which makes you feel tired, irritable, and hungrier than before. It also contributes to inflammation, weight gain around the belly, and increased risk for heart disease. You may not feel the effects right away, but over time, these breakfast habits quietly chip away at your health. That light toast with jam might seem innocent, but it sets the tone for a day of sugar cravings, energy crashes, and poor choices. If you love toast, there are better options. Choose whole grain or sprouted grain bread instead. These types keep the fiber and nutrients intact and help you feel full longer. Instead of sugary jam, try smashed avocado, nut butter with no added sugar, or even a poached egg for a boost of healthy fats and protein. It is not about giving up everything you love. It is about upgrading the foods you already enjoy so they support your body rather than work against it. A simple swap can make a powerful difference, especially as we age. 3. Pancakes with syrup. Pancakes on a weekend morning bring back warm memories, family breakfasts, lazy Sundays, maybe even a special treat after church. But while the emotional comfort is real, the nutritional cost is much higher than many people realize, especially if you are over 50. Pancakes are usually made from refined flour just like white bread. That means they offer very little fiber and are quickly digested as sugar. Now top them with a generous pour of syrup, which is often high fructose corn syrup, and what you have is a sugar bomb. This combination causes a sharp spike in blood glucose, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling sluggish and irritable just an hour or two later. But it is not just the sugar. Many pancake mixes contain trans fats, preservatives, and additives that can contribute to inflammation in the body. When you are over 50, your body becomes more sensitive to these harmful ingredients. Chronic inflammation is linked to nearly every major health issue we face as we age, from joint pain to heart disease to cognitive decline. Let's also talk about portion size. Pancakes are easy to overeat. They are soft, fluffy, and light, so it is common to have 3 or 4 on your plate without feeling overly full. But that kind of meal can easily contain over 600 calories, 30 grams of sugar, and almost no protein or fiber to balance it out. So what can you do if you love pancakes? You do not have to give them up completely. You can make smarter choices. Try using whole grain or almond flour. Add mashed banana or unsweetened applesauce for natural sweetness. Use a small amount of pure maple syrup instead of commercial syrup. Or better yet, top with fresh berries and a dollop of Greek yogurt for added protein. You deserve to enjoy your mornings, but not at the cost of your energy, your waistline, or your long-term health. With just a few adjustments, pancakes can go from a sugary mistake to a nourishing meal that still brings comfort and joy. 4. Flavored yogurt. Yogurt often gets labeled as a healthy breakfast, and in its purest form, it truly can be. But flavored yogurts, the ones with fruit on the bottom, vanilla, strawberry, or other sweet varieties, are often closer to dessert than nutrition. If you are over 50, this small morning choice could quietly be sabotaging your blood sugar, your digestion, and your energy levels. Here is why. Many flavored yogurts contain as much sugar as a candy bar. In fact, a typical single-serving fruit yogurt can have anywhere from 15 to 25 grams of added sugar. That is about 6 teaspoons before you even finish your coffee. This added sugar is especially dangerous because it is disguised as something healthy. You think you are making a good choice, but your body is receiving a rush of sugar without the fiber to slow it down. For older adults, this is particularly concerning. As we age, our ability to process sugar efficiently decreases. Our cells become more insulin resistant, which means sugar stays in the bloodstream longer, increasing the risk for type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and memory problems. That light and fruity breakfast may be starting your day with a silent health hit. But the problem does not stop there. Many of these yogurts are also filled with artificial sweeteners, colors, and thickeners that can irritate the gut. If you experience bloating, gas, or discomfort after breakfast, Your yogurt might be the culprit, not your stomach. So, what is the better option? Choose plain, unsweetened yogurt. Greek yogurt is a great choice because it is higher in protein, which helps keep you full longer and supports muscle health, something especially important after 50. If you want flavor, add your own. A handful of fresh blueberries, a drizzle of honey, or a sprinkle of cinnamon can give you taste without overwhelming your body with sugar. Remember, just because something is marketed as light or low fat does not mean it is good for your health. Trust your labels, but more importantly, trust how your body feels. Start your day with foods that fuel you, not fool you. 5. Sausage and bacon. Sausage and bacon are classic American breakfast staples. The smell alone brings many of us back to childhood mornings, maybe even our grandparents' kitchens. But while these foods have a comforting place in our memories, they can be dangerous companions in our present, especially after the age of 50. Let us look at what is really in sausage and bacon. Both are processed meats, which means they are preserved through curing, smoking, or adding chemical preservatives like nitrates. These chemicals are used to extend shelf life and enhance flavor, but they come with real health risks. Multiple studies, including those from the World Health Organization, have linked processed meats to increased risks of colon cancer, heart disease, and high blood pressure. Why? Because these meats are often high in sodium, saturated fats, and compounds that promote inflammation in the body. For someone over 50, this is particularly concerning. As we age, our cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive, arteries stiffen, cholesterol levels tend to rise, and blood pressure may already be harder to manage. A few slices of bacon or sausage may seem small, but they can add several hundred milligrams of sodium and a significant dose of unhealthy fat to your day before you even leave the house. And it is not just about the numbers. Many people report feeling heavy, sluggish, or bloated after eating sausage or bacon. That is your body signaling inflammation and digestive strain. You deserve a breakfast that leaves you feeling energized and alive, not weighed down. Does that mean you have to give up everything you enjoy? Not at all. If you love that savory flavor, there are better options. Consider lean turkey sausage or plant-based alternatives with fewer additives. Better yet, explore hearty vegetarian breakfasts with eggs, avocado, beans, or mushrooms for satisfying flavor without the health risks. Think of your breakfast not just as food, but as medicine. The choices you make in the morning can protect your heart, lower your blood pressure, and extend the years you feel strong and well. You're not just eating for taste, you're eating for life. 6. Breakfast pastries, donuts, danishes, muffins. Now let us talk about those tempting breakfast treats, the pastries. Donuts, danishes, muffins, cinnamon rolls. They sit in coffee shops and office meetings looking innocent, maybe even cheerful. But when it comes to starting your day right, especially after 50, these foods are some of the worst choices you can make. Here is the truth behind the sweetness. Pastries are made with refined flour, a lot of sugar, and unhealthy fats, often including hydrogenated oils that contain trans fats. These ingredients are cheap and tasty, but they're also inflammatory. They do not nourish your body. They harm it, slowly and silently. For someone over 50, that harm shows up in ways that are easy to ignore at first. A muffin might make you feel good for 30 minutes, but then you crash. Your energy drops, you feel hungry again. Over time, these constant sugar spikes and crashes put stress on your pancreas, increase belly fat, and raise your cholesterol. They also feed chronic inflammation, which has been linked to arthritis, heart disease, and even memory decline. Muffins are especially tricky. Many are labeled as bran or healthy, but in reality, they are just cupcakes without frosting. Some contain more than 400 calories, 20 grams of sugar, and almost no protein or fiber. And because they are soft and easy to eat, we often do not realize how much we are consuming until it is too late. So what can you enjoy instead? If you crave something baked in the morning, try making your own healthier versions at home using oats, mashed banana, unsweetened applesauce, and nuts. You can also enjoy whole grain toast with almond butter and a few slices of apple. It is still sweet, still satisfying, but far better for your body. At this stage of life, every bite matters more. That does not mean you have to give up joy. It means choosing foods that bring both joy and nourishment. Life is too precious to waste on pastries that steal your energy and your health. Eat something that honors the gift of your morning. 7. Fruit juice, especially orange juice from concentrate. For generations, orange juice has been the go-to image of a healthy American breakfast. A bright glass of juice beside your eggs or toast, often with labels claiming full of vitamin C or made from real fruit. But if you are over 50, that morning glass might not be the health boost you think it is. Let us break this down. Most store-bought fruit juices, especially orange juice from concentrate, are highly processed. During production, the juice is stripped of its natural fiber and often stored for months, losing much of its real nutritional value. To enhance taste and shelf life, many brands add sugar, preservatives, and flavor packs. The result: you are drinking mostly liquid sugar, not fruit. What is the problem with that? Without fiber to slow digestion, that sugar rushes into your bloodstream. One 8-ounce glass of orange juice can contain 20 or more grams of sugar, the same as a candy bar. And because it is in liquid form, your body absorbs it fast. This causes a sharp rise in blood sugar and insulin levels, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling tired, irritable, and hungry again within the hour. If you are over 50, your body is already more sensitive to these spikes. They increase your risk of type 2 diabetes, contribute to weight gain, especially around the belly, and place unnecessary stress on your pancreas and heart. You might say, but it is natural sugar. The truth is, your body reacts the same way whether it is cane sugar or fruit sugar when it is stripped from fiber. Whole fruit is healthy because it includes fiber, water, and nutrients in a balanced package. Juice does not. So what should you do instead? Eat the fruit, do not drink it. A whole orange gives you fiber, vitamins, and satisfaction. Pair it with a handful of nuts or an egg for a balanced breakfast. Or, if you enjoy something to sip, try a green smoothie with leafy greens, half a banana, and unsweetened almond milk. You get real nutrition and long-lasting energy without the sugar crash. Let go of the image we grew up with. That glass of juice might look healthy, but your body deserves the real thing. You are not just feeding your thirst, you are fueling your life. 8. Granola bars. They are small, convenient, and often found in the health food aisle. Granola bars promise energy, fiber, and a wholesome start to the day, but do not be fooled by the rustic packaging or claims like natural, gluten-free, or organic. Many granola bars are little more than candy bars in disguise. especially harmful if you are over 50. The biggest issue is sugar. Most granola bars are loaded with it, whether it is brown rice syrup, honey, cane sugar, or corn syrup. One bar can contain more than 20 grams of sugar, which is 5 teaspoons. And just like with sugary cereals or fruit juice, eating that much sugar without protein or fiber leads to a spike in blood glucose and a crash soon after. At this stage of life, our bodies do not handle that well. Blood sugar fluctuations can make you feel dizzy, anxious, and exhausted. Worse, over time, they increase your risk for insulin resistance, weight gain, and even cognitive decline. But sugar is not the only problem. Many granola bars use low-quality oils, like soybean or palm oil, which are highly processed and inflammatory. Some bars also contain preservatives, artificial flavors, and very little real nutrition. They might give you a short burst of energy, but it is like building your day on a sugar-fueled firecracker. If you rely on granola bars because of convenience, there are better choices. Look for bars with 5 grams of sugar or less, at least 5 grams of protein, and ingredients you can pronounce, like nuts, seeds, oats, and dried fruit. Better yet, make your own at home with ingredients you trust, or replace the bar with real food: a boiled egg and a small apple, a slice of whole grain toast with nut butter. Even plain yogurt with chia seeds and blueberries gives you more nutrition than most bars on the shelf. You deserve more than a quick fix. You deserve breakfast that sustains you, stabilizes you, and supports your day, not something that tricks your taste buds while draining your energy. 9. Fast food breakfast sandwiches. They are everywhere, on the way to work, at the drive-thru, or inside the gas station on a long road trip. Fast food breakfast sandwiches offer convenience, comfort, and flavor in a warm little package. But behind the melted cheese, sausage, and biscuit lies a serious problem, especially for older adults. Let us look at what is really inside. These sandwiches are typically made with processed meat like sausage or ham, white flour biscuits or croissants, processed cheese, and sometimes even fried eggs. That combination delivers a huge amount of saturated fat, sodium, and calories, all in one quick meal. A single fast food breakfast sandwich can contain over 600 calories, more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and nearly 30 grams of fat. That is nearly half the daily sodium limit for older adults. And you are getting it all before 9 in the morning. Why is this dangerous? As we age, our blood vessels become more sensitive to salt. High sodium intake raises blood pressure, strains the heart, and increases the risk of stroke and heart attack. The saturated fats and preservatives in processed meats also fuel inflammation, increase cholesterol, and contribute to chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes. Even worse, these sandwiches are designed to make you crave more. The high-fat, high-salt combo hits the brain's reward center, making it hard to stop at just one. And because they often lack fiber or real nutrition, they leave you hungry again sooner than you think. So what is the alternative? You can still enjoy a warm, hearty breakfast. Just make it at home with care. Use a whole grain English muffin, a real egg, and a slice of avocado or tomato. Add a piece of turkey or a vegetarian sausage if you like. You control the ingredients, the salt, and the quality. Fast food might save you 5 minutes, but it can cost you years of good health. Your morning should set you up for a vibrant day, not weigh you down with regret. Choose meals that support the life you still have ahead of you, one bite at a time. 10. Coffee with too much creamer and sugar. Coffee, for many of us, is sacred. It is the quiet moment in the morning before the world starts moving. It is warmth, aroma, and comfort in a cup. But there is something we need to talk about: what we are adding into that cup. If your morning coffee includes flavored creamer, whipped topping, or 2 to 3 spoonfuls of sugar, you may be turning a healthy habit into a harmful one, especially after the age of 50. Most commercial coffee creamers are highly processed. They often contain artificial sweeteners, hydrogenated oils, synthetic flavorings, and preservatives. These ingredients may taste good, but your body treats them as foreign substances. Over time, they can increase inflammation, interfere with gut health, and contribute to higher cholesterol. Add sugar on top of that, sometimes 5 to 10 grams or more, and your cup becomes more of a dessert than a beverage. Drinking sugar and fat first thing in the morning causes a blood sugar spike, followed by a crash. It makes you feel jittery, then sluggish, and it increases cravings for carbs throughout the day. If you are over 50, your metabolism is slower. Your body no longer processes sugar and fats with the same efficiency. What once felt harmless can now impact your energy, mood, and long-term health. So what can you do? You do not need to give up coffee. Not at all, in fact. Coffee in moderation can be beneficial. It is the additives that need attention. Try switching to unsweetened almond or oat milk. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon instead of sugar. Or if you like it sweet, try a small amount of raw honey or pure maple syrup. Just a teaspoon. The key is awareness. Look at what is in your cup. Ask yourself, does this give me energy or steal it? Your coffee should support your body, not sabotage it. You deserve better than a sugar crash in disguise.